Reclassifying marijuana is a historic shift in federal policy, all made possible by President Joe Biden and his bold leadership.
That was this morning. Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson celebrated the announcement of President Biden reclassifying marijuana as a Schedule III drug under federal law, which significantly lessens the penalties. And we wanted to know what declassifying might mean for the push for legalization here in Wisconsin. Our Lighthouse is our new specialty reporting unit, and Andrea Albers of our Lighthouse team explains what action this triggers and spoke to those calling for more meaningful change.
The bottom line is marijuana remains illegal in Wisconsin. Reclassification does not change that. What a less restrictive classification can do is open the door to new research, which could inform lawmakers as they consider change. Canai, a CBD and THC dispensary in Walker's Point, opened 6 years ago. By now, Colin Plant, the founder, imagined marijuana, be it medical or recreational, would be legal in Wisconsin. Did you think in that space, in that gap of time, that reform would move forward in Wisconsin?
That was, part of the reason why we started this, so that we could evolve, in legalization. I wouldn't say to our surprise, but it just hasn't progressed. The state's latest effort to legalize marijuana hit a roadblock earlier this year. 5 state-run dispensaries in that last proposed bill, you can keep that, right? We don't want that here, and I think that's why that bill didn't go anywhere. For Colin, codifying cannabis comes with concerns about competition and equity. I think the only way that a bill can pass or legal transformation, there has to be social justice reform, right? You can't have people creating businesses and people still sitting in jail for those crimes when you're selling the same thing. The ACLU of Wisconsin says what often gets overlooked in calls for legalization is the need to grant clemency.
Disproportionately, people who are poor or people of color are just thrown into the criminal legal system simply for possessing marijuana. Released in 2020 that found that Black people are 4.2 times more likely than white people to be arrested for simple marijuana possession statewide. A first offense is a misdemeanor and could come with a half a year in prison and a $1,000 fine. A second offense is a felony. With legalization, the ACLU would also want some sort of leniency for those already convicted of marijuana-related offenses. Having any kind of criminal history can really be life-altering. It can impact someone's holding their job or housing or destabilize the lives of their family or who depend on them if there's any period of incarceration. And so it's like, are all of these collateral consequences worth it when we have a lot of states that have already went down the road of legalization? Colin still hopes for change, but is hesitant.
For the time being, you're okay with Wisconsin kind of remaining an island?
I am, yeah. I again, would love to see access to it, but not until there's a little bit more clear articulation on how that program is going to look.
So again, despite this new federal classification for marijuana, Wisconsin remains one of a dozen states where recreational or medicinal use is illegal. Still, public opinion has shifted over the past decade. In a 2013 Marquette Law School poll, 45% of people opposed full legislation. In January of this year, it dropped to 29%. Andrea Albers, TMJ4 News, Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse team is committed to shining a light on issues impacting our community, from in-depth reports to investigations to 360 stories where we look at all sides of an issue. The Lighthouse team's goal is to guide people to solutions and hold those in power accountable. You can scan the barcode on your screen right now to see all of our Lighthouse content.